Gunsmoke wasn't the first Western on television, but it was with another show in 1955, the first dramatic Western.
I grew up watching Gunsmoke and still watch Gunsmoke today. We are privileged to present these two Gunsmoke Colt Single Action Army firearms here at California Auctioneers on March 13th, 2016.
Gunsmoke. No, I'm not in it. I wish I were, though, because I think it's the best thing of its kind that's come along.
I see.
By the time the show ended in 1975, it was the only Western still on television.
When I first heard about the show Gunsmoke, I knew there was only one man to play in it, James Arness.
And we're very excited and pleased to announce the James Arness Colt Single Action Army 45 with a 7.5-inch barrel and the plastic stag grips. Also, for the first time ever at auction, we have Festus's Colt. Festus was certainly the comic relief in the show, and we have never seen another example of a Festus Colt up for auction. And it fit his character and had the wood grips. And there's a few other elements on the firearm that point to what they would have done in cataloging their firearms and so on. On the cylinder, it's marked in very large roll stamp letters 45. And that was probably done at Stembridge to keep track of the caliber of the cylinder. Another thing on the firearm that was unusual, on the side of the barrel, I believe it says Colt Single Action Army 45. And it's just an identifying marker that Stembridge would have put on there to keep track of their firearms. Both of the guns come with a letter from Alan Frisk, the conservatory at Stembridge Armory, where the guns were rented from to the TV show Gunsmoke, and refers to 2 invoices from Stembridge. Stembridge was probably the top 1 or 2 armorers in the history of Hollywood. Invoice 1547 is from early 1961, and there's also the matching Paramount document. In addition, there's another document from Stembridge, invoice 1970, which is later in 1961, when either the firearm was returned or re-rented. One thing that we thought was pretty interesting is that they were using plastic stag grips in the 60s. And people wrote in the show and said, hey, those are not period. And later they were changed. And the first thing that you notice on this Stembridge invoices about the James Arness gun is that it says PL stag grips, as in plastic stag grips. So we're thrilled to have an early version of the James Arness Colt Single Action Army. The other firearm comes with a certificate of authenticity from Alan Frisk, as well as the Stembridge invoice and a handwritten letter from Buck Taylor, also known as Newly O'Brien, who spent 8 seasons on the show Gunsmoke. And in it, not only does he recognize the gun and the holster, but also confirms that the prop master that signed the invoice was the same prop master that he remembered from the show during that period. The provenance on the firearms is pretty important because we believe that during this time they were sold to one place off or directly to James U. Rogers. He owned Valley Broadcasting Company, and they had an affiliate for NBC in Las Vegas and Reno. He was definitely an important philanthropist who donated $135 million to the University of Arizona. We're aware that he had a giant collection of fine automobiles and firearms. We're very pleased to have the Gunsmoke Colts up for auction on March 13th, 2016. In addition, we have a fantastic sale lined up with important hot rods like a 1967 Chevrolet Nova, completely customized with chrome engine, a 1939 Ford Deluxe hot rod. We have a really good Harley Davidson. Also, we have the collection of pinups from famed Playboy photographer Stephen Wada. This collection is from his home, his personal collection. We have incredible Spanish colonial furniture, some of which has Hollywood provenance. Also, we have a lifetime collection of black memorabilia, very fine paintings, and an important collection of ethnographic and ancient artifacts. Hope to see you at the auction, and good luck bidding.